What stupid thing did you spend tons of money on? One of those ab belts that shocks your muscles into contracting to give you a six-pack. News flash, it didn't work, but it did shock the crap out of me. Edit, for everyone telling me about body fat and toning doesn't work and blah blah. I was a 19-year-old, 125 pounds female soldier with the 101st Airborne Division. Some of the SF, Ranger, and infantry guys I worked with said they were using them. I just had this little fat pooch I was hoping to get rid of. Swimsuit season was coming. Smile. Thank you for putting your body on the line for science. Cigarettes. Such a waste. It'll be 10 years since I quit next year. Damn. Edit, thank you for all the responses. Yes, I quit smoking almost 10 years ago. For those asking how I did it. I literally diss everything in my power to keep my mind occupied. For me it was gaming and video editing. Before I knew it, I went a month without tobacco. For those struggling, I'd suggest finding a hobby you love and dive into it to occupy the time you'd normally be smoking. If you truly want to quit, you'll find a way. Never stop trying. And for those suggesting vaping. No, thanks. I remember when vapes and e-cigarettes were new. I tried them to quit smoking. It made things worse. With a cigarette there is an end, with vaping I could sit for hours puffing away. I know there are safeguards but still, I'd overuse it. Also, thank you for all the shiny awards. Cool. Good on you. I need to quit myself and I've tried several times but I always end up breaking down and buying a pack when I'm overwhelmed with stress. The amount you spend is ridiculous nowadays and if you smoke a lot, you can easily spend over $100 a week. I hope I can get to your level someday. Edit, so reading everyone's comments has actually been pretty inspiring and a couple of individuals have privately messaged me with advice. I think I'm gonna give it a shot and try to quit starting Sunday. Thanks guys and wish me luck. Here's what I did and it really helped. When I got to that point where I felt like I needed a cigarette, I would go to wherever I would have gone if I was going to smoke, and I sat there, like an idiot, and pretended to smoke. I literally put my hand up to my mouth, pursed my lips and inhaled like I would a cigarette and exhaled. I think the simple act of taking myself to a quiet spot outside and taking deep breaths really helped me feel better. I haven't smoked in over 11 years, and every once in a while, I still need to do this. Hope this helps. Best of luck to you. Edit, spelling. A metal detector for when I lost my college ring. I lost the ring during a party I threw. I thought I lost it outside and freaked out and bought a metal detector to find it. Turns out it was on my desk underneath a dollar bill. A Snoop Dogg concert. Snoop was so ducked up on something that he didn't sing a single word. Someone stood behind a podium with a MacBook and played old Snoop songs over the PA. Snoop hobbled around on stage and threw joints from a bag at the same people in the front row over and over again. Every now and then he would wobble over to the mic and yeah something like a hype man like "Yaha that's right etc." Still feel betrayed to this day and get irrationally upset when the Reddit hive mind praises Snoop Dogg on a daily basis. Duct tape. When I was around 12 to 13 I spent tons of money on duct tape to make wallets and shit. I was good at it, but it really was a waste. I had a crate full of about 30 to 40 rolls. Good times. That's a lot of duct tape but at least you always have some on hand when needed. Oh shit, the plane has broken in half. Who can save us now? Op, smirks. Crazy thing is this actually happened in real life. I honestly thought this was gonna return the Mythbusters episode. Steam sales. The bundles. I recently saw that something like 36% of all Steam purchases are never played and, on top of that, only 12 to 13% are played for more than 30 hours. I blame Steam sales. They give you that extra motivation to jump off the fence when deciding on a purchase, because 75% to 95% off feels like a once-in-a-lifetime thing even though it happens like once or twice a month. In fairness, a lot of games are shorter than 30 hours. I'd say 90% of the games I play can be finished within then. Yeah, and these sales rarely happen for popular multiplayer games. Just use the wishlist, guys. If a game goes on sale now, it's gonna go on sale again in the next year. Edit, holy shit, stop messaging me about isaranydeal.com please. Textbooks that the professor never used despite being required. Did you ever read the textbooks though? I didn't have time to read the textbooks while I was studying undergrad. After studying, I picked them up and read them and had everything I needed, explained everything I didn't understand. Didn't make that mistake again in my grad and postgrad studies. Also, using the library instead of buying books works wonders. Sims expansion packs. That shit racks up in costs, so ducking fast. But we want our virtual people to ride horses and get better jobs and turn into vampires. There is a few characters made by the community that are using clothes from a specific expansion. And now I want that damn expansion. When I buy packs, I put more weight on the furniture, hair, and clothes than the additional gameplay options. Sure, my Sims can be famous now, but the mid-century bedroom set is what really sealed the deal. League of Legends. Bath bombs. It's literally money down the drain. Lush is evil. You'd be a block away and smell it. Which turns into yes, $5 is a reasonable price to spend per bath. The secret is to break the bath bombs into smaller pieces, it still works and they last a lot longer. The last one stained my bath bright pink. The husband was not happy with me. I spent $350 on a box that makes my amplifier less loud. Edit, also ducking Beanie Babies, holy shit. Please explain. The idea is using a power attenuator or power soak to glean the desirable distortion and tone made when the guitar amp is turned up to 11, while outputting a far less deafening sound pressure level. Betting that was the wrong size for my new bed. Maybe not tons of money, but too much. I spend all of my wages making sure I have somewhere to sleep, wash and eat just so I can go to work to afford to sleep, wash and eat. And if you have a family, you also get to clean that place, for free, when you didn't even make the mess. Yeah, them ducking cunts. If you start to feel frustrated, just remember the Bucket family had it worse, having to put up with that worthless freeloader Grandpa Joe who only ate, smoked, and shit the bed for 20 years until he jumped at the chance to exploit his grandson for a free tour of a chocolate factory. I was really horny and drunk, so I bought a custom sex doll for $3,000. Edit, holy WTF happened, oh and thanks for the gold. Some questions were asked, so I will answer some. I take it to the shower after use to clean it and use a microfiber towels to dry it, and no, she's not single anymore, smile. It's not too bad to clean, and it was rough it till I got myself a real GF and she found it when I was not there. She dressed it up and waited for me to get off work. I was so embarrassed. No, I'm not giving pics, and it's from Real Doll. 2 gallons of Dippin' Dots for $100. For about 5 people. Edit, I don't regret the purchase at all. Banana split dots are heavenly. Lol, where do you even buy Dippin' Dots in bulk? At the Dippin' Depot. Doug Dippin' Dome's Dippin' Dot Depot. Wait. Are you Doug Dippadome? Owner of the Dimsdale Dippin' Dots Dippadome? Going out to eat. I always budget like $400 for food a month, and it actually ends up being like $900 because of how much I eat out. Yeah, I also spend ludicrous amounts of money on food because I don't like to cook. I'm trying to switch to easy to prep meals, but eating out is so much easier. And you know what is easier and more expensive than all of that? Delivery. I spent $200 at Disneyland. On a bubble shooting gun. And about $180 on bubbles. Edit, $200 total. Gun cost me $20 and I spent $180 on bubbles. Magic the Gathering. Sitting here looking at my 4 legacy decks and 3 modern decks. I don't have the problem you do. Warhammer figurines. The game was okay, but it took me far too long and far too many purchases to remember that I don't like painting. We should be friends. I love the painting but have no interest in playing. Edit, did not expect this to gain so much traction. Sorry, guys, I have a full-time job and I'm taking classes in my free time. I don't have time to paint your figures. I appreciate the interest. World of Warcraft. Was legit addicted to it for a long time. Completely ignored and dropped out of my first year of college in favor of working part-time and playing WoW for about 10 to 12 hours per day. Finally broke the habit after about 6 total years of playing. Now, 7 years after quitting, I still feel the urge to go back to it sometimes. Shit is crazy addicting. And no, I didn't really enjoy it and don't consider it worth it. I'm a completionist. At a certain point it became work and not really play anymore. It still occasionally bugs me that there are achievements mounts that I never got. The need to try and get everything was what kept me playing. Edit, all 500 people that told me I should come back to play Classic. You're all terrible people. Edit 2, yeah, it's not technically a ton of money, but I also dropped out of college, and finally went back like 7 years later. I look at it as a 7-year delay on my career, since I work in it, which is what I was planning originally anyway. 7 extra years of experience equates to a lot of extra money. I feel this. Luckily, my addiction reached its peak in high school, so I had time to figure out my shit. I would call off work for raid nights and have friends over who would watch me play because I didn't want to stop and hang out. It was bad. I still played in college, but luckily it never made me drop out. But the money I've spent over the years for just a subscription plus faction server changes, etc. is staggering. But even worse is typing played and seeing how much time I've wasted. You know the funny feeling you get when played gives you a number of days played higher than 365? That's what made me quit. Knowing that an entire year of my time was wasted on a game I'll probably never play again. And now Classic is making me want to start playing again FML.